Hello again, it's me. Just wanted to open some people's eyes to an issue that's been brewing for far too long, and it's about time for some changes. If I gotta get blacklisted from any future events or speaking out, so be it. If I gotta have a target put on my back and lose some friends or subscribers, that's fine by me. I've delayed this video long enough. At first, I wasn't going to upload this rant because the person who I'm talking about got banned from the server. And I was like, yep, that's enough for me. Mission complete. Rant is unnecessary. But after learning more things about why he was banned, I just had to complete it. Originally, this video was to speak about his absolute control over the stage of the game and having balance in a chokehold. But I'll save the talk about the ban till the end of the video. For now, let's just talk about his control over the game and his horrible ideology. This is not a video directly hitting on the person, more so hitting on their control and influence over the game. I just want the community to be a voice for the community. I just want everyone to be heard and not just some self-proclaimed prince. I think we all know this guy. He's been a big voice in the community for years, a consistently high-ranked player in Rifts, and a well-known content creator. But I got some major gripes with him for years, and it seems like other people are finally catching on as well. Yes, Deny17. But I'm not here to start some petty internet beef. I'm just here to lay down some facts. Now, before anyone tries to jump in and defend him, saying I'm jealous of his subs or his popularity or influence over the game, I don't give a rat's ass about any of that. So you can't make that excuse in the comments. If you know me, you know damn well I refuse to speak on my own channel. That's literally one of my gimmicks. But let's start here with his arrogance. The thing that feeds him to keep on going. The thing that is in the way of the community and the game. Someone with so much power to influence both the devs and the community simply shouldn't exist. Like, we get it, pal. You're high rank, you played good, but holy fuck, does your ego get in the way of everything? And I'm not exaggerating when I say everything. He has so much impact over the game. It's insane how much reach he has for someone who's just another player. But let's start with something basically anyone can agree with: the underwhelming level system rewards. I posted a screenshot on the Discord about its trash and pitiful rewards, and it's not an insane take or something greedy, it's something that we deserve. To get better rewards the higher we climb. You know, maybe something small, maybe 1 to 2 million canopy per level with 500 Theonite, maybe 50 rerolls of each fighter, maybe 10 plus 1 premieres for each level, 3 essences, maybe 5 diamond keys, some energy bottles, a diamond key for anything, I don't know. But like, we could have got anything at all. If we had 500 Theonite per level, that'd be enough to get a free hyper pack. You want an active player base, you gotta give them a reason to come back and give them a goal to reach for. You reach level 71 to 79 and you feel nothing, no excitement, no joy, because they're crumbs. They're giving you crumbs to fiddle with. Rewards jump up a little bit at level 75 and then it drops back down. Like, what the fuck? We can't even max a single gold move from the rewards from level 71 to 80. That's insane. The rewards are pretty awful, and even others agreed. People were baffled once they seen the full scope of the rewards. But just like every toothpaste commercial, there's always that 1 out of 10 dentist that's just there just to disagree. And guess who it was? Big Dog himself, our Lord and Savior, our Prince of Rifts, Denny. I'll be honest, I was posting that to rile people up just to see his reaction, but do it above and beyond. He fell for it hook, line, and sinker and ate the whole fishing rod. But I didn't think his argument would be this stupid. So I said, I don't see why you're against this at all. There's nothing for 9 levels, and the hyper pack is an offer to buy, not something that we earn. There should be more stuff in there, not the same things over and over. Even if it's not a huge change, it should still be gradually increasing. Does that sound foreign to anyone? To get better rewards the longer you play? Because I can name like 10 other games that reward you for leveling better than this. Like, how the hell do we level and not gain the premium currency? How the hell do we not gain Theonite? And in his words, I don't care if it gets buffed because I'm obviously past that point of progression. Yes, sir, we get it. You reached endgame. So has myself and a sizable amount of the community. Big whoop. You are no different than a bunch of us. Is it cool for early game? Yeah, I guess. Would it be a good addition to the game? Sure will. So he acknowledges that it'd be beneficial for the game and the community, which is undeniable. But he backpedals real quick. Should it be implemented anytime soon? Nah, give me some actual new content, not a quality of life that won't affect me. And that there's the money shot. He's such an easy person to read, is fucking hilarious. Dude only wants things that he can benefit from. Dude is such a big part of the community, but alienates himself far from it. So just fuck the new players, huh? Just worry about yourself and Denny. You, yourself, and Denny. That's all you gotta worry about. If you're a new player, just know this. This is one of the biggest content creators in this game. And he simply does not give a flying fuck about the new players. If you want to be angry at someone, be angry at this person. Be angry at the person who has the ability to speak up and say something, and yet doesn't. He can easily tell the devs, like, hey, I think the new players would greatly appreciate these better rewards and feel more enticed to come back to the game. But no, no. It's not about you, it's about the betterment of the community. A bunch of players, along with myself, asked for changes to be implemented. These aren't changes solely for me or the player who asked for them. It's about having everyone. It's a quality of life feature for everyone. I complained about silver keys being rarer than diamond keys, and that's something a lot of players can relate to. You know how nice it would be to turn off move notifications for fighters that aren't marked as favorites? Or a button to max marquees? Or a search feature to find out what variants have a specific buff or debuff? Those would be great changes. But no, you are not the main character. Just because shit does not apply to you doesn't mean it won't affect other people. That's like me going deaf, so I go blow up a music studio who made my favorite song because I'll never be able to hear it again. It's fucking selfish. But you know what? I showed his message to other people, and they were just as surprised to see what he had to say. There's a lot of new players who look up to him, but I'm sorry to tell you this, but he does not care about y'all. The current coin economy is in shambles right now. We asked for coins in the Seeing Stars prize fight or Elemental prize fight, and dude says no because it won't fix the economy. Yeah, it might not fix it, but it's a step in the right direction, and it's better than anything we have right now. Like, what are you on about? If I'm isolated and starving, and someone gives me a juice box and half a sandwich, I'm taking it. Is it enough to satisfy my hunger? Not at all. Will it return me home? No. But it's better than nothing. I'm just confused, like, why would coins in each mode be a bad thing? Coins is like the most fundamental part of the game. Everything uses coins. Like, what's wrong with it being in other prize fights? But you know what? I brought it up again, and he came back, doubled down, trying to justify shit rewards. Then he tried to say player level rewards were always nominal and nothing but a small dopamine boost. Which is true, but these rewards aren't giving shit. These rewards are so minuscule you don't even feel like you earned anything. Then saying it's been like that for 8 years so it's fine, which is absolutely fucking moronic. If it's bad for 8 years, then it should be fixed. If we know there's an issue, we should fix it instead of prolonging it. If it can be made better, then make it better. But then, all logic went out the window for him, saying he wants a new game mode, he wants new features. Like, how is better level up rewards getting in the way of a new game mode? Then he says, oh, it takes time. Like, yeah, everything takes time. But then he admits it's like a 5-minute issue. Like, oh, the horrors. The amount of time it takes to add an extra zero to level up rewards? It's catastrophic. To change a few values and sprinkle some symptoms of rewards must be horrifying. Let me ask you guys this. Would you rather have an accolade reward for reaching level 80 or nothing at all? Because apparently some people don't want this. Is it too much to make an accolade for level 80? And then he says this bullshit. I don't care for that at the moment. It can wait however long. My guy, it is not about you, it's about everyone else. Who asked if you wanted it? Does it make sense to get a reward at level 80? Yes, it does. Your logic is the award's being shit for 8 years, it should continue to be shit. Okay, pal. Accolades has been around for like 5 years, and updating it would make the most sense. To give a reward at level 80 makes sense. Don't increase the cap without increasing the rewards. And even others was calling him out for his stupid mindset of one or the other. He's always like that. Well, how about that? A person of higher power with the voice to change things for the lower people, and yet doesn't care enough to do so. Like, do you even hear yourself? He's not on the side of the player base whatsoever. Players deserve rewards, and here he is defending the lack of rewards. I've noticed this ego of his for a while, and his constant conflict with others. But now the community has started to catch a whiff of his shit. I've tasted a bit of that ego a few years ago when I was in game chat talking with some friends, and dude jumped in and said, "Oh, if you don't have level 15 moves, you're not playing the game right." And from what I've heard, this scenario happened with multiple people. Lovely backhanded advice from the number one player. You know, the person who gets the most rewards in the game. The player who is least affected by minor changes in the economy. Like, how much of a fucking snob you gotta be to tell us we're playing the game wrong? I'm sorry, Mr. fucking rank 1 Rifter almost every week that I don't have enough coins to max out everything. It's like a billionaire trying to tell a homeless person, if you're homeless, just buy a house. Thank you for punching down on the players in a game where the economy is currently in shambles. I mean, do you know how hard it is to reroll the perfect stats onto a move? Everyone complains about it. I mean, you should know. Actually, you do know. Because you're fucking enabling them to be bad. One of the biggest defenders for keeping rerolls bad is you. Now, you may ask, so why am I blaming him of all people? Because we know he's been working with both dev teams for years. He had influence over them multiple times in the past. The devs keep an eye on him. Triple was bugged for years. He makes a video about her, and she gets nerfed a couple days later. I wonder what's the connection there. You made one video and deemed that she needed to be fixed. The last major catalyst change was you. Recent buffs and changes to fighters was you. Giving Beowulf curse was most definitely you. Even though it was super unfitting for the character, you just had to do it. You just had to toss in some utility in there because ref viability. Just like how his BB3 has permakill. Like, okay, the third fighter with a permakill BB3? How original. But then he's probably behind it. Beowulf has curse, which is very unfitting for the character, and then mentions what's wrong with Philly's hairball having curse. Like, this shit has his name written all over it. The connection is there, it's so obvious. He constantly glows and rubbing in our face that he works with the devs. He dangles that shit over our head like, haha, look at me go. He's just not a voice for the people. When they released the 8-hour cabinet change, 99% of players complained about it, saying it's shit, it's a bad change. Who was the 1%? Denny, of course. Saying let it ride for now. Like, why the hell should we let it simmer? Why should we let this shitty change be accepted when everyone hates it? I did all the math to prove it was a downgrade in every single way. But no. Like, he acts like Autumn's Last Defender and will excuse anything they'll put out. He just rolls over and accepts anything they put on his plate. He has a voice louder than anyone else, and he refuses to do shit with it. If 99% of the community hates a change, then it should be reverted, or at least compensate us or try to meet halfway. A person with these views and have so much power is not healthy for the game or the community in general. People have complained about tainted blood for years, one of the most fundamentally flawed things in this game, and that's something most people can agree on. The community has brought it up in the gameplay channel, and he has denied everything that was bad about tainted. But you know what? He'd rather take on the entire community than admit she's annoying and a broken shitty mechanic. It goes against all logic of the game. It's like playing a shooting game and they tell you don't aim for headshots. But as always, he appears out of nowhere, denied all the claims about tainted blood, and tried to redirect the hate to No Time to Die. Trying to turn the hate around to No Time to Die and say it's just as bad as Tainted is mental. Compared to Tainted Blood, there's so much counterplay to No Time to Die. You can throw the opponent to stop No Time to Die from triggering. You can curse them to prevent them from gaining buffs. You can apply heal block to prevent healing, and you can inverse to reverse all healing. You can simply brute force her, and you will win. Now compare that to Tainted Blood, you crit once, and you could die. Amazing mechanics. Krilis wouldn't have existed without Painwheel, or it would be a very niche idea at least. You know how bad a mechanic is when you search up the term Krilis and only getting the pop-up with Skullgirls Mobile? Maybe because it's such a foreign concept in gaming that it doesn't exist outside of Skullgirls Mobile. Krilis isn't a counter, it's a workaround. If you have a rat infestation, you can either poison the rats to kill them, that'd be countering them. But if you burn down the house and move away, that's Krilis. That's avoiding the issue entirely and giving up. We could all synonymously agree it's annoying as hell to fight Tainted, and Krilis is such a forced, corny mechanic, but do not let up. But we know why he's acting like this. He doesn't even hide it. In fact, he just rubs it in our face. We all know why. Yeah, we do, because Painwheel's your fucking favorite character, and he'd rather let her be busted and annoying as hell than fall off to obscurity. Because currently, Painwheel only does one good thing, and that's reflect damage. As many hours as you put into this game, you really deem No Time to Die just as bad as Tainted? The mental gymnastics is beyond comprehension. I tried to meet halfway. I gave an idea making Tainted and Geiger more fair. It's not a flawless idea, but it's a better iteration than what we have now. The idea was to take less or no reflect damage when you hit an opponent with a projectile. But I guess applying logic to the game doesn't make sense, because punching a porcupine is the same as shooting one. But then he says that's just chair upscale. Like, are you dense or something? Every character has a projectile, and he thinks it's just an upgrade for Beowulf and Peacock? Like, what are you on? You play this game for years, and your brain can only comprehend these two? And him throwing Peacock in there is just cute, because we all know he doesn't like her to begin with. He just wanted to have a little gotcha moment. Then he says the reflect hate is insane. I wonder why we all hate it. Maybe because it's annoying. Maybe because it's unbearable. I wonder who has the lowest score diamond prize fight. Oh wow, it's Painwheel. Who could have seen that coming? Tainted blood followed by permanent thorns? Shocker. Then we get another Denny exclusive comment that we should have gotten used to it after so many years. I'm used to sleeping on a shitty bed. Doesn't mean I enjoy it. Doesn't mean I want to continue sleeping on it. But that shouldn't mean I should accept it. Like, why is the glass cannon character best role in the game a defender? Like, you got the entire server arguing against you. And at what point do you step back and realize maybe you're the problem? If Pinwheel didn't exist, Krilis probably wouldn't be as prevalent as it is today. We are punished for maxing a skill tree, which in most games is the first thing you want to do. You press that max button on Eliza, and your Eliza is gone beyond the point of no return. And it's not just his fault. The devs are enabling it. They are listening to his shit. He is the golden goose, the golden boy, the golden child. He's one of the largest parts of the community, and myself, along with many others, don't think he's a good representative of the community. He does not speak on behalf of us. I mean, he said it himself. I cannot represent a player base that I'm not part of. Yeah, no shit. I've been saying this for years, but for him to say it out loud is fucking mind-boggling. It's like electing a spokesperson only for them to go against everything you have envisioned. He mainly plays Rift, and he's trying to curate the game and steer towards his own liking. He doesn't see our problems as real problems. He's not a voice for the community. He's not a voice for anyone but himself. And everyone knows this. Like, are we for real? This is our man on the inside. This is our one player who has a strong connection with the devs than anyone else. Like, for fuck's sake, can we have someone who is actually willing to hear out the players and pass our ideas along? Or, I don't know, be less of an ass? Someone who doesn't immediately disagree with anything you have to say. Someone who's willing to work with the community and not dismiss us like we're some bumbling Neanderthals. It's just like giving a depressed person a pilot's license. He has way too much control over so many lives that's not his own. Yet people who actually cares about the community as a whole, not just the top 1% of players, not like it means anything, because a lot of people can reach diamond if they want to, but they just don't enjoy Rift. And they actually want to have fun instead of playing against the same 12 defenders and same 12 catalysts, just to fight for the best rewards in the game. There are many people in this community who has a great voice and would collectively do better than Danny in every way possible. But that's the thing. No player should have all that control. It should be like a little council, people of different levels, skill sets, languages, not just one guy. But knowing him, he probably thinks more opinions aren't always better. We should all have equal voice or impact, or at least have a trusted collection of people to depend on to make changes for us. We don't need a king ruling over everyone, deciding what changes he deems fit. This game shouldn't be balanced on Rift viability alone. That's boring and also restrictive. You could see it with tag invariants like Angel Maker, Octoplasm, and Iconic. You could tell he made these because it's just written all over it. But also, players were talking about missing old Octoplasm and started to criticize the new one, and he immediately went into defensive stance, as if it was his own, which it probably is. If you ever talk in Discord, you know he's there. As much as you want to avoid him, you can't. He randomly jumps into conversations that didn't pertain him and try to downplay other ideas and belittle them. Like, I can ask for a small but impactful change for the player base, such as better rewards, and a dude would jump in and try to tell me it's not valid. It could be a one-on-one conversation. We're talking about ideas, and a dude would enter just to tell us we're wrong. He's like a hall monitor, a prison guard, deciding what's a good idea and what fun is allowed. You type some shit in suggestions, and you know who's going to answer it first? Not the devs, not the community, not the mods. Him. He will be first to dunk on you. He's always downplaying others' ideas, but I don't hear any good ones from him. He acts like he knows everything. You want to try something new that hasn't been commonly seen by himself or other players? He will tell you you're wrong. Probably because he didn't make it himself. When I said I can't escape him, I meant it. Years ago, I commented on a Kevin Pepino video talking about Temple versus pre-nerf Unholy Hosts. And out of nowhere, he jumps in, tells me I'm wrong and that's not going to work. I've made it work numerous times, and he's trying to write me off as some dumbass who doesn't know anything. But hey, what would a meta player know about trying something niche and out of the norm? Regardless of what he thinks, Temple against Unholy Hosts? It was a better option than running down dry with no hope for 20 seconds. But you mentioned Fuqua's and Eliza's better because of heal block. My guy, Double has like 2 or 3 heal block moves, plus Hex Wagon, Chaos Marquee, and the ability to prevent the debuffs. So how is Fuqua or Eliza inherently better? Maybe besides base stats, but he never responded. You can say something and he is always there to judge it. Always there to talk down to others as we don't play the same fucking game. As if we're lobotomites wandering around without second thought. As if he's the smartest player in the game. And whatever he says is the truth. Like, I'm not blaming him for all the bad things in this game, but as the biggest voices in the community, you gotta be better than this. We are on the same side, yet he always goes against what the community wishes for. He can certainly pass on some ideas on our behalf to the devs, because they trust Denny a lot. But I'm also blaming the devs too for listening to everything he says. But enough about him. Let's talk a little about Autumn. Autumn wanted to recruit some players for Guild Beta, which was done in the sloppiest way possible, just asking random players in chat, hey, who wants to join the beta? I'll DM them. Like, there was no selection process or form to apply to, which is goofy as shit. But another thing is, why bother joining? We know they have favorites, aka Denny, aka the Golden Child, the Golden Goose. And we know the community puts him on a pedestal, so why bother joining if our voices mean nothing? We could say something valid, and Rift's mightiest defender will write us off like some dumbass. How are these community made changes when it's legit one guy who has all the spotlight? We can say anything, and Denny is there to write it off. Another crazy thing is the roadmap talks about community selected changes, right? But how do they know about the rest of the community? Most of the info they get is from the Discord, and we know who runs this Discord, who's the biggest witch in this Discord, Denny. The announcements are only in English, so other language don't know shit about the beta or about being a playtester, unless someone else in the community translates it. So they have to depend on the translator or someone else. But even then, those are extra steps getting in the way. Like back in the day, HVS had actual surveys and it was sent to everyone in the mail. Everyone, all players, not just people in Discord, all players. They asked about what they want to see for another palette reference. They asked what type of merch you want to see. What's your favorite character or variant? What's your least favorite game mode? What improvements do you want to see? What's the worst prestige out there? I don't know how effective these surveys were, but in the grand scheme of things, at least everyone knew about it. But currently, these community selected changes are just Denny selected changes. So it could become what he wants it to be. All these messages about, I want this, I want that, I don't care for this, is a major self report on his part. Autumn Games, you gotta be better than this. You can't pick one person who doesn't care about the community to be the face of the community. Denny, if you constantly alienate the community as if we're lesser beings, why are you the head honcho? If you want this game to improve and grow, why does the player who has a physical impact on the game just sit back and allow the AR cabinet to be implemented with absolutely zero resistance from you? Why do you want bugs to go unpatched? Because it suits you and nobody else? Your silence is more damaging than anything here. Your voice is louder than the rest of us, and you don't use it for shit if it doesn't directly pertain you. But hey Autumn, look at this. August 25th, 2025 at 5:05 a.m. Blatantly showing beta footage in the Discord. The only thing bro is flexing is his god complex. That NDA has no authority over him. Autumn said it themselves. Just refrain from displaying any badge or authority of having access to the collab. That you have the ability to influence the game as we don't want power struggles within the community. My brother in Christ, what the fuck are you talking about? You have Denny on a pedestal. He flexes that shit all the time. Oh yeah, I helped the devs with that. Wow. They meat right him for everything. Y'all even put his name in the patch notes. But y'all didn't put another person's name in the patch notes. Y'all just put Danny's name in the patch notes. Like you shout out one person's name and not the other. But not just that. The other person's only visible on the App Store patch notes. The ones that y'all barely update. The one that y'all copy and paste. What do you mean you don't want power struggles within the community? You're giving him the power. You are making it unbalanced y'all selves. The power struggle was there since the beginning. It has always been there, and it's just becoming worse and worse. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a casual player who plays Rift once in a blue moon. Just a bird hearing things through the grapevine. A fly on a wall taking notes and spreading the word. Will this video amount to anything? Who knows? But it'll definitely open up some people's eyes in the community. Now let's talk about his ban. He didn't leave the Discord out of his own volition. He was banned. He may be a good player, but is he a good person? Let's find out. As you know, this is a video game and we are online. Once something is posted, it can never truly be deleted. Everyone has a different sense of humor, but there's a time and place for everything, as certain jokes just shouldn't be made, especially in this era. But he skated that edge for far too long. Learn to read the room and not make inappropriate jokes, especially with certain demographics. He made very inappropriate jokes about minors of all things, and creep comments, along with other things. Some of those jokes may have been with members of the community who were minors themselves. I mean, it's the internet, it's a given that some people online will be minors. He said some weird things to me before as well, saying, can you suck it for ASMR too? I can understand a joke like that coming from a friend. But we aren't friends, and that's just a very uncomfortable and gross thing to say to someone. Sure, he quickly deleted it, but the fact that you thought of it, typed it out, and sent it is just inappropriate. This is a public server, and you're seeing things like that is crazy. I've heard some other things from beyond the grapevine. The message saying American obsession with protecting minors is totally alien to me. I just can't really comprehend that stance. Like, what? I'm hoping all of these were just edgy jokes, because that is a crazy statement to admit. Not even a sorry for my behavior, more of a sorry you felt offended. Like, should we really have someone who doesn't care about the community? Someone who makes these quote unquote jokes? Someone who's totally out of touch with their player base? Should they really be the face of the community? Should they really have this much control? Should anyone have this much control? But hey, I'm glad he's banned from the Discord. No more Prince running around making questionable jokes and downplaying the community. I just want to say that I'm proud that players aren't afraid to speak up against him because he's one of the big content creators or a high ranking player. I mean, he brought it on himself. Everyone has a digital footprint, and you should all be aware of it. Once something's put on the internet, it's there forever. But hey,